Testing, one, two, three. Okay. Hi Bmad. Yeah, sorry I did not get back to you. I was kind of not in a very good spot when you messaged me, mentally, just from work and things like that. I kind of been on a little holiday, mini holiday for myself, taking some time off work to just get my head back on. Also, kind of like not in a good place myself playing Street Fighter. I've been losing a lot lately, but uh, I feel like I owe you this. You took the time out of your day to message me, and I feel pretty bad for not coming back to you, getting this done. So I'm gonna have a look at your matches for you. I'm gonna record this and I'm gonna send this to you. So hopefully you don't mind, and hopefully this will end up helping you out, especially for full fledglings tonight. Normal fledglings. Oh, actually, you can't play on normal fledglings. Okay. I think you're in platinum. But regardless, food for thought,
A bit of
right?
ignorant level
Oh, Jesus.
damage.
Yeah, I'm gonna
Also,
go
that's
through
weird.
the
Oh, okay,
through the
no, you see,
matches.
this is why he's not playing Kage, because he's gonna play Seth.
Quality auto.
Which he does have a Seth.
Yeah, hopefully this will help a lot.
The player understanding the matchup and deal with him better.
Because obviously you talked about matchup experience, things that you're lacking. I'm gonna mute this. I have this thing where it's hard to listen to my own commentary sometimes when I'm trying to do this, which is more geared towards commentary. I think, yeah, the biggest thing with Alex, I can understand why you don't want to play Kage against him, but overall with Seth, you didn't look as comfortable as you do with the Kage, like using the V skill 2 a lot to try and get in. Seth is a really strong character when it comes to the buttons that he can press, the whiff punishes and confirms, and is really high rewarding in that aspect. You seem to have a pretty good idea too. Like that's a pretty unlucky, pretty unlucky jump for you, because if he just chooses to sit there and block, that's 3+ frames. So I get that decision. But maybe after certain knockdowns, or try and get it on knockdowns where you know you can get it on block, like as a meaty. It helps make the move a lot more successful. Yeah, this right here where you're just poking him out, this is good. This is kind of what you want to try and achieve. Do be careful of the hands though. The hands are a bit tricky in that it extends your hurt box out, and it does a hell of a lot of damage to you depending on the character if you get it wrong. If you are going to stick to it though, go for like a light hands or something like that. Something that isn't going to be too punishable. That's a good sweep actually, I really like it. That's unlucky. Good jump, like that. Good poke. Crouch heavy kick is a really good poke for you. Very safe. Nobody's really going to be able to punish it. Definitely use that more. Potentially oversweep. Yeah, that's a good use of plus frames. That's unlucky, bit of spacing. And I'd say Seth, you get the round here, but Seth works really well. When he gets his hits, he can burn it into bar. Especially in the corner, right? You know how Karens always go for certain corner combos that always end in like XDP and stuff? Seth is kind of the same where he uses EX Tatsu to get a lot of damage off the confirms. So he's a character that you like to spend the bar with more than others. I was literally about to say experiment with some forward heavy punch. That's a good one. Forward medium punch is really good too. That's safe at -2. You don't have to even hit confirm it. If it hits, you just take some plus frames. That's a really good jump. Got V trigger up. And I think this is one of the big things for you as well. That's pretty lucky. You have a lot of bar, but you don't tend to use it a lot at the same time. I understand finding the right chance or the opportunity to do it. That is -16, that shoulder charge. I think that's the only really big punish you missed. It's happened. So when you see him go for like this armored move, when you block that, you can pick up a really decent punish out of this with Seth. You can do stuff like stand heavy kick into heavy Tatsu, get Oki, do stand heavy punch into EX Tatsu. Like you can really pick your poison when someone's that minus, and you can get really good punish out of that. It's not like third strike where that move is safe. That was actually a really good shimmy. A little bit unlucky there. But there's also lots of different ways you can use your V trigger as well, right? This works well. I can't remember if this combo killed. Yeah, it did. That was good. Like, you're not playing badly at all. That's the thing. That's kind of something I've had to come around and realize is that you probably think you're playing bad, but you're actually really not. Stand light kick, B&B, yeah, like that, B&B, good. Yeah, just back up, seeing it blocked. Actually. Seeing Saint is upgrade, punishing you properly. Like that sweep there. Kind of have a look at this. Let's see. It's a sweep range. Like that's around stand crouch heavy kick range as well, the long poke. So it's a better alternative. Sweep is a pretty hard call out. It's a decent neutral jump, a bit hard to get anything out. Yeah, like that sweep there. Essentially, a good way to play is minimizing risks for rewards, right? Instead of going for sweep, go for something safer. Sure, it might not get the amount of rewards you want, but it still works really well. And the use of the V-skill too. I get the idea. I like that. Kind of makes him more hesitant to approach, but if he blocks it, you're putting yourself -2 at a grappler. Like, look at that. That's really good. Keep doing that. Yeah, perfect. -2 against the grappler, especially when you do not have a lot of health, pretty scary. That's a very good anti-air. I don't know if you wanted to get heavy Tatsu there. Heavy Tatsu there gets you a really nice pickup. Good damage output. -16 again. You jab punish it. I mean, like, you have figured out that that is a punish. Pretty safe punish for like a tournament setting, not really knowing that it was there in the first place. Yeah, definitely can get a lot more. I like the throw loop. Yeah, good forward meeting punch. Like that, right? Good jump. Unlucky. That's a very good throw. And a very good throw again. Yeah, so, like, as I said, you're playing pretty good. Just these little mistakes. Because both Kage and Seth, obviously, you play characters that have not a lot of health. So, making mistakes really hurts with these guys. But the caveat is that you're... Oh, that's unlucky. Like this here, right? Like, yeah, sure, it's a bit of an unfortunate mistake, but it costs you. But on the flip side, these characters have the tools to get around the characters. That's a really good heavy Tatsu. Jump in, V reversal, sure, go back to neutral, don't mind that. Jump, back throw incident. Unfortunate against Alex too, his back throw's tied strongest back throw in the game. And he technically should have just killed you there. And then it should be a punish. Yes, you got a better punish. And then that, yeah, that's unfortunate. That's unfortunate. That is what it is. I don't stream it. Carnage. Squid Saint. Yeah, Alex is a problem. I'm not even going to deny it. Alex is a problem. He's a very, very difficult lad now. Squid Antonov for when it's final. So Squid Antonov. Okay, there you are, Bmad. Kage, back to the old faithful. Love it. Yeah. Be careful with the target combo. You probably already know that, but it's punishable regardless of if they duck the second hit or not. You underestimate how much of a hit confirmable target combo is. It's really hit confirmable. Good follow up. You can get heavy DP there too if you don't want to spend a bar. Nice throw. You look for another one, that's his choice to wake up button, so a bit unfortunate. I like that you respect the forward heavy there. You've got a life lead, you can be patient, which is exactly what you're doing. Yeah, be careful, like that, right? Scary stuff. Activate. I like that you activate there. Again, be careful. Safe. Nice fireball. That's a read on him. If you sit there and do nothing, he gets smacked. Back throw. Expects you'll wake up. It's 2. Okay, you know what? Not the worst thing in the world. I can see someone biting at that. I've bit and been DP'd before, so I'm not really gonna get too mad at that either. Luke is obviously a fucking incredible character, right? I like the use of the stand beam kick. Oh, I'm trying to remember if you... Bang, bang, bang. Fast frames. Respect it. Love it. Good jump. Yeah, I like that as well. So, another point is around here, when you're fishing around in neutral at this distance, red fireball's really good at this distance here, where both of you are trying to walk back and forward to find an opening. It makes your red fireball a lot harder to react to. You can catch stray buttons, you can catch people walking forward. Your fireball becomes more of a poke in this range. It's actually not a bad idea. If you're just jockeying back and forth, throw the occasional red fireball. See if it hits or not, right? So it's a longer range forward heavy punch that will knock down on hit. Like around that range, just a little bit outside of that tip range of the forward heavy punch. Like that. That's perfect. It's exactly what I'm talking about. Unlucky air reset. But you've got the activate here, right? So this is something I don't see you do a lot. And while I talk and explain this, I will actually boot code to show this. But Kage V-Trigger 2 has more ways to activate than V-Trigger 1. And you can really get good use out of this. Get the drip. Assuming this. I'll use this skill 2 as a example as well. Look, you can see my LP's gone way down. I've been going through it. But basically when it comes to Kage, settings check. When it comes to Kage, he's got a lot more ways to activate. So obviously you've got single button activate. This is always a good way to do it. That's how you've been activating as well, which is a pretty good way. Sweep activate is the classic, so you can do your block stream, see it not hit. That's a good way to activate. It's never really a bad way. But the big thing about V-Trigger 2 is you can cancel it off your special moves as well. And you can get a decent amount of plus frames. Right, +1 dash off the fireball, pretty good. So you can do something like when you did this, you can dash up and get some pressure this way at the same time. You can do your block string like this. You can't dash on this one, but it still allows you to maintain pressure. And it also opens up some pretty good opportunities for combos if, say, someone gets randomly clipped. But yeah, you get the idea, right? Whoops. And you get the idea, okay? You're able to activate better off of it at the same time. Even getting a clip like this, let me hit. Really good way to go about it. Because not only does it give you a hard knockdown, but it also enhances your hit confirm ability. Because while you're in trigger, anything that involves just like crouch me with fireball turns your hit confirms into hard knockdowns for more damage, and you get that really good Oki at the same time. Right. Really good way to use your trigger, using it like that. Activate. Because then if you want to play in a style that opens up your... That is fuck. When you want to play in a way that opens up your style to demoning as a mix-up, it can work really well when you do that. Because you essentially create mix-ups off of any -2 situation. Like Crouch Mean Punch, Medium Stomp turns into a mix-up that they have to hold if you choose to go for Demon. Obviously go for Demon when it'll kill him, but... Lucky, he drops his punish though. Overhead, I wouldn't say that's necessary. I'll show something else after this match as well. But your anti-airs are so good. Crouch, heavy punch, anti-airs, love it. That's a really good tuning from capitalize on it. You can kind of respect that one. That's another thing as well, is that you can use your V trigger to get an overhead activate too. Like you do it from a button. A button really helps. But sorry, I'm on one, so it's a switch between. But when you do overhead, you can activate off it. And you actually end up still plus. So if you end up getting a hit off this, or maybe, right? You get knocked down, and if it ends up comboing, right, you can just activate and go for a mix-up opportunity here, because even if he blocks, right, you make yourself -2, and if it hits, it hard knocks down as well. So your overhead goes from 120 into like 210, and then you can loop the situation, loop the Oki situation there as well. So that is a really good way to use that at the same time, if you wish to use it. Definitely use it off a button, so that you can guarantee that it'll be hit or blocked, and get that mix up from there. Pick up medium. You know, you got a trigger here. Like going into fireball off that crouch beam kick will give you an opportunity to make that comeback. Because your fireball, your Hadouken fireball, not the red fireball, is like again there. Oh well, you use V. You would be so surprised at how good it is as an activate, but also how good it is as a poke and how it spaces you out. Unlucky. I like that jump back. Good tick throw. I love that. Establish the tick throws. That's a misinput. I can tell. I've had that happen to me. Good DP from him. I'll give him that. Goes for Oki. Yep, just block that out. Good. Like here, where he's walking back. Yeah, exactly. Contest a bit of the space. Good activate. Take that hit. V-trigger active. Take the throw. Yep, good. That, yeah, I don't think you could. From that position, where you're both at full screen. Oh, but it's Luke. I was gonna say you can throw a red fireball, see if he jumps, and then you can jump down on him, but like, it's Luke. He can just use his V trigger to punish you at full screen. It's just fucked cat. Jump in again. Good tick throw, love it. Like if you wanted to off of this, let's see, you get your throw. If you go like stand medium punch overhead, V trigger, if he gets hit, he's fucking dead. Because you'd be surprised at how much it works. I wish that was a punish. Unfortunately not. That is -8. The light knuckles are never safe. You can always use a medium button to punish it. You can even use forward heavy punch too. Trade. Unlucky. Yeah, that's right. We take those. +4 on your counter hits, by the way. Get counter hit combo. Lucky, he matched. Back. Yeah, look at the hardo. Look at how it spaces you out. That's unfortunate. Good patience. I would attack there. Very good defense. You have good defense. Like that. Unlucky not to commit, but choices we make. Sweep. Yeah, definitely put an activate into it. Love this. Good. Safe. Bye-bye. That's unfortunate. Super unfortunate. Made a decision, didn't quite work out. I know how it is. Multi-hit fireball, yep. You can see a lot of it is also just little misinputs, like that one. It works out though. I like the pressure. Crouch medium punch is a goated button. Just so much pressure. Nice. Another thing I noticed too is that you don't really take advantage of your V-skill 1 target combo. So it might actually be beneficial for you to really good jump. Might be beneficial for you to bring V-skill 2. You hit forward, if you hit forward heavy punch a lot and you think that you can get a lot out of how many times you can confirm that and how many opportunities you give yourself to use that button, I would say bring V-skill 2, get some V-meter out of it, get your V-trigger quicker. Like right there, you could be building more V-trigger off of these confirms, especially with how heavily you use it. You don't even have to bring it for like certain matchups. Like really V-skill 1 is like a Balrog kind of matchup, right? Or matchups where you really need the armor to get through certain things. Big DP. I respect not using it there, save it up a bit, like that. Then, yeah, that's an unfortunate. He drops his combo though. That's a really good V-trigger too. Also, another thing as well is like, look at the post throw situation after this. If you like go for a shimmy here, Tex, and you do like crouch medium kick fireball, you can confirm it into super. Or actually no, it's after this one. I think. I can't remember. Really good jump in though. Bang, bang. Very nice. Okay, you then went. But before you do that, let me bring up my point as well. Say. Don't underestimate this hardo either. It's only -3. Characters 3 frames, even when pressing it really close, are going to have a really hard time getting the distance. So if you do something like that, there's no way anyone's ever getting you. Like that is so good. You can actually set up spacing traps with this as well. So the idea of like a spacing trap is that when you do this, and if they try and swing a button at you, you can whiff punish into a buffed special move. Or you can even use your own fireball to space trap as well. So like instead of doing something like that, do this. And I'll show you how this works. So I'll set up Ken to press, I'd say stand medium punch is a pretty good reversal poke for Ken. He can hit confirm it. Pretty strong. So we'll get him to do something like that. You can see the whiff trap in work here. Because if he doesn't press the button after this, right, your button's just going to whiff and you get no special move. But if he does, works really well. Same with the fireball. Like that is actually whiff punishing him. Obviously at certain distances. But yeah, it works very, very well. Same with your forward heavy punch. Have a look at when you do like pressure streams and you go into this, at the spacings you can create. Like recognize when it's out of tip range. And you can get some really nice stuff off of it as well. Right? Same with the red fireball too, depending on the distance. You might find that characters are struggling to reach you. And this is actually where Kage becomes really strong, is that if you set this up where you're hitting these whiff traps, right? Then if they stop biting, you know, you can actually have a better time of stealing turns by doing like... kind of bully with it a bit. Right? It works very well. Especially in this trigger. Use the normal one, push yourself out, and then you can create fireball pressure from it as well. Even just backing up with the -3, see if they jump. Utilize these fireballs as well. Because they're very, very, very quick. Right? So have a little experiment with the normal fireballs and the spacing traps that they can provide. Because I think you'd be surprised at how good they can. Okay, where is... Oh, Kage versus Blanca. This is just rough. I understand that this is just bad. This is just not good. Or even versus Seth as well. I actually don't know how Seth performs. But generally, against your average Blanca, don't mind that at all. To chase after the Blanca balls. But the big thing about this matchup is like patience, right? Like these slides, the V skill. Have a look at just... See, I like that. That's not bad at all. Be patient. Look for the jumps. Look for the overextensions like that slide. And yeah, keep Blanca from doing anything too stupid. That's probably the biggest thing I have with Blanca. Because generally Blanca players will overextend their offense. And then this trigger... I wish I knew. That is just fucking awesome. But I wish I had more Blanca knowledge, especially on V Trigger 2, how to deal with him. I have trouble with Blanca. I have trouble recognizing things. So I'm actually just gonna say, if you really want a matchup advice on Blanca for Kage and Seth, hit up the Darkness or Cemetery Gates. They should be floating around the Discords, especially Street Fighter Australia. They both reside in Street Fighter Australia. Hit them up. They know exactly what they're doing with these characters. They know how to counter themselves, and they should be able to give you the matchup advice that you need that I can't provide. Because aside from the general stuff, this is one of the very few characters on the roster that I can't give a lot of advice about. Because I also don't really know too much about Blanca. I only really know enough to be able to fight him myself as Akuma. That is it. Like in terms of like other stuff, it's practically all I know. But to sum up this little video, oh, it went from half an hour. Goodness. Have a look at your activates, use your fireballs, and experiment around with like fireball activates and things like that. Practice the hit confirm. You would be surprised at how late you can do it. Something like a 20 frame hit confirm window. If I just go to here, you can see just how late I'm hitting this. So instead of going straight forward, you can literally see it hit. So if you have a bit of practice, you can practice getting this pretty consistent. Like that was a really late cancel there as well. So yeah, have a look at that at the same time. If you have any other questions for me, please hit me up. I'll answer them a lot more quickly than I have with this one. But I just hope this works. I'll go ahead and upload this to YouTube so it's easier to digest the content. And yeah, let me know how that goes.